Hello and how are you? My name is Amos Kibara. I am a counselor by profession, and today I want to talk about the issue of how the family can get involved in the restoration of their loved one who could be caught up in the issues of drug and substance abuse. One of the things that is very, very important for anyone whose loved one is caught up in the issue of addiction, you just need to know that addiction is not an end by itself. The issue of no matter how bad it looks, no matter how devastating it is, no matter what is the trending issue concerning the issue of addiction for your loved one, I want you to know that there is something that can be done. One of the most important things to know, and one of the things that you need to understand, is that addiction induces many things, induces issues of dysfunctionalities. When somebody is under the influence of something, and these things seem not to let this person go free and make his own decision about how do I do away with it. And most of the time you realize that many people who are in addiction, they try to get out. Is only that they are not in a position to get out on their own. One of the things that is the family can be able to do is that get that assurance that addiction don't have to be like epidemic that you have no idea, you have no clue, there is no help. There is. That is my assurance, and that is why I'm making this call. That's why I'm reaching out to people whose loved one could be devastated or could be struggling with issues of drug and alcohol addiction. I want you to know that there is something that can be done. One of the things that doesn't resolve the issue of addiction is the issue of brain game. And most of the families, let's say for example, if it's parents, if it is issues of maybe the siblings, most of the times I hear people keep on struggling with issue of blaming each other and pointing fingers, but there is no amount of pointing fingers and trying to say it is so and so to blame, is so and so who didn't do that, is so and so who was probably. That does not help. And actually one of the things that is very, very important is the issue of looking out or reaching out and asking, what can we do now that we have been caught up in the issue of addiction with our loved one? So because the family communication patterns is usually broken because of the issue of, by the nature of addiction, we usually say it's a family disease, because one member of the family, if maybe the husband in the family is sick with addiction, or the mother, or maybe one of the sons or the daughters, the whole family, there will always be a strain between the relationship, which is what we call the family disease. There is issue of one person will try to make himself or herself look better to the victim. They'll be looking like they are the ones who are trying to help the person, and probably when you are trying to help out, you're probably making maybe even the situation worse, because if an addict, one of the things that you need to understand about an addict, you look like the good one on this side, and this person will get 100 or 500 or 1,000 from you on this hand, and then they go to this other hand and they will manipulate another person in the family, and they will give 1,000 thinking that they are the only one who are putting effort to help the individual. At the end of the day, it becomes a win-win for the addict, that I have made 1,000 from my father, I have made 1,000 from my mother, and because Christmas time is coming, I'll get another 1,000 from my sister, and you all end up thinking that you did something to help the individual. One of the things that you need to do as a family is that drop all the differences that might have been brought by this issue and come to one table and ask yourself, is like what do we need to do? And that is why this video is coming to you, that you may know that a common approach by a family will help a great deal in the process of helping this individual overcome the issue of addiction. You need to now have a common approach. Come around the same table and ask yourself, what can we be able to do? Send one of you maybe to a nearby rehab center. Look for somebody who has the know-how. Look for somebody who has knowledge about issue of addiction. You can come to us. You can go to any other person that you know in your neighborhood or in your church or in your community who knows something about issues of addiction. You reach out to them and ask for help, listen and understand how did they do it with their loved one. Go to a counselor or look for a rehabilitation center or call us and ask us is like what do we need to do to get help, so that as you give this issue approach, you are seeing the same thing, all of you. After that, you are now able, you are in a position now to know, because there is no way that rehabilitation centers, which are all over the world, in America, in Australia, in Canada, in Europe, in Kenya, in South Africa, wherever they are, there is no way that many people say that rehabilitation doesn't work, but I totally disagree, because there is no way we would have so many rehab centers and yet they don't work. It's only that we have not reached out, and because of the nature of disease, sometimes people get frustrated when somebody to take their rehab, their loved one to the rehab, and it doesn't recover and probably relapses, and they tend to think that for sure rehabilitation doesn't work. No, it works. You only need to know that if your loved one relapses, he has not probably been able to overcome all the challenges that they needed to overcome, and you don't need to break trust, or you break down and think that it doesn't work. Just know that as a family, a common approach, a common language is what is required when you want to approach the issue of addiction. And because of so many cases that I have witnessed of people getting free from issues of addiction, I want to reach out, and I want to request that give us a call or visit us in our rehab. Let's see how we can be able to help you in terms of advising, in terms of giving you the information that you need on how to help your loved one. Because if on the other hand you doesn't get the right information, then you could be doing things the long way, and it could be frustrating, and you might end up losing your loved one in the process because you didn't have the right information. My name is Amos Kibara. I work with Prudent Camp Counseling and Rehabilitation Center. Call us on this number that is at the bottom of this video. Reach out to us. You can also visit us in Thika. You can get us on our website www.prudentcamprehab.org. And let's see how we can be able to help you. But one thing I know, and I am excited because I have witnessed it, so many people have gotten the help they need with their loved ones. They have gotten the help they need for themselves, and they have been restored from issues of drug and substance abuse. And I want you to get the same help too, because maybe then there is a rehab in your county, there is a rehab in your town, there is a rehab just in the neighborhood that you know nothing about. Go for it and reach out. God bless you as you reach out for the help you need. Thank you.